Is it here?
Say congratulations, Mom.
Congratulations.
Go give Mama a big hug.
Look how cool. Face me. No, hold it like this. I got my diploma and I'm opening it.
Congratulations, you've earned this.
You ready?
Daddy get in the mail?
Look at the pluses. What do you think?
It looks so good, Mom.
Looks good?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations!
It is my great pleasure to welcome all of the families, the friends, the administrators, the incredible faculty, and most of all, you, our graduates. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are excited to celebrate with you today.
We will come out of this stronger than when we went in. We've learned so much. We've grown so much. We're still, at the end, focused primarily on students, and everything else is secondary.
Hi, I'm Sean.
And I'm Joanne.
And we're SNHU graduates. I chose SNHU to get a bachelor's and a master's.
I chose SNHU so I could continue my athletic career.
I just received my degree from SNHU.
SNHU was really supportive of my disability and allowed me to stay engaged in my classes while still attending doctor's appointments.
I am Michelle Barnhart and I'm a SNU graduate. As a student, SNHU made me feel like I belonged because they were always there for me whenever I needed them.
Everyone's path is different, but the destination and the dream are the same. To hold that degree and say to the world, I'm a college graduate. I did it.
At Southern New Hampshire University, you aren't just a student. You're the author of your own story. You don't just dream, you do. Where others see challenges, you see opportunities. You persevere in spite of everything life throws at you. When things get hard, you dig deep and find a way to push through. And after tackling late nights and rallying for early mornings, your hard work has finally paid off. And today, we are proud to call you graduates.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jennifer Bachelor, and I'm pleased to welcome you to the first ever Southern New Hampshire University virtual commencement. We are thrilled to be celebrating our graduates with their families, friends, as well as our faculty and staff who are watching from all over the world today. We are so proud of all you've accomplished and are very much looking forward to the opportunity to recognize your academic achievements in person as soon as we can. I would like to now ask everyone, if you are able, to please rise for the singing of our national anthem, sung by Jessica Caldwell, a Director of Academic Advising here at SNHU.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Jessica. Welcome everyone to this year's commencement ceremonies. We're broadcasting this ceremony live, though many of you may be watching it later, depending on where you are. We have students from around the globe. Time zones may dictate that you watch this with your family at another time. And you might be sitting wherever you are, thinking, well, this isn't the commencement ceremony we planned on. We've thought that more than once. And you wouldn't be wrong. But I want to recall a conversation I had with Lori Santos from earlier this year. Lori is an amazing faculty member at Yale, and we had a conversation. You'll hear from her later today as our commencement speaker. And we had a conversation earlier this year in which I was asking her about the impact of the pandemic on our students and the toll it was taking. And she said, yeah, it's been tough, but these students may be the most close-knit class that we'll ever produce. That years from now, decades from now, when they meet each other, they will have this bond. They will be the ones who studied and completed and graduated during a pandemic, something that none of us has ever experienced before, and I hope we won't ever again. And she also reminded me that this is a year in which, despite all the suffering, and it was considerable, life also flourished. People fell in love, people proposed, were married, babies were born. Businesses closed, but a lot of businesses started in the midst of this. And people throughout showed amazing kindness and compassion. And against that backdrop, college degrees were completed as well. You finished. And you did so showing resilience and courage and sacrifice, and many with a burden that was much more than could be expected of you. There are frontline workers in this graduating class. There are public health workers in this graduating class, public safety people, medical professionals. You did all that our society asked of you and more, and you also completed your college degree. We stand in awe. So we celebrate today in this virtual way because that's what public health dictates. And we've made a promise to you that as soon as we can safely do so, we'll have a physical commencement ceremony. And I would love to greet you on stage, see you in the audience. But take pride in this accomplishment. Take more pride in this accomplishment, not less. We will brag about you more in the years to come, not less. We will remember you more vividly, not less. You are an amazing class. And don't let distance and virtual space diminish the virtues of this accomplishment. Commencements are important, really important. They are the parade through the city streets when the team has won the championship. But no one confuses the parade for the game. Parades are not the championships. You won that game in the long hours of being a student and writing papers, completing exams. And when you finished your last class, I know you remember that day, the last assignment was handed in and earned your degree, and in that moment you won the championship. You come into this day the champions of your own story and of our hearts, and we are incredibly proud. Let the ceremonies begin. It's my pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Dr. Lori Santos of Yale University. Lori has received a Doctorate of Humane Letters for her contributions to the social sciences, and more importantly, for her guidance, which has taken on national prominence for how to lead a healthier and happier life. Lori is an incredibly influential figure who's taught us about resiliency, positive psychology, and in a way that doesn't neglect the genuine challenges and suffering in the world, but instead talks about how we build a meaningful and happy life despite, and in some cases, because of what we've been through. Lori is perhaps the most apt speaker we could have for this incredible year that we've just been through together. I'm happy to introduce Dr. Lori Santos.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone watching this 2021 Southern New Hampshire University Commencement Address. To President LeBlanc and all the members of the faculty and staff, to all the honored guests, to the family and friends of everyone at Southern New Hampshire University, and last but definitely not least, to all the graduates here with me today, the Spring 2020, Fall 2020, and Spring 2021 classes. Thank you so much for having me here today. I can't tell you what an honor it is to speak to your commencement class in particular. Simply put, your class is amazing. I'm looking out over this video screen at 45,000 graduates, on-campus and off-campus learners, scholars from all 50 states and more than 50 countries, people from all walks of life who share this love of learning and have come to Southern New Hampshire University to become scholars. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for all your accomplishments, big and small, that you've had over the last few years. But I also want to congratulate you on the fact that you've managed to achieve all these accomplishments in one of the most challenging times our country and our world has ever seen. I'm sure that when you signed up to go to college, you didn't think you'd be getting your degree in the middle of a global pandemic. In the last 15 months, all our lives have changed in ways that nobody could have imagined. But in spite of all of those challenges, you're all sitting here today proudly watching this virtual commencement address. You're ready to head off into this new, nearly post-pandemic world with your degree. And that is incredible. You all rock, and you should be really, really proud of yourself. And so when I started thinking about the kinds of things I could say during this virtual commencement address, I wanted to address all the uncertainty and all the difficulty that we've all been facing. But to be totally frank, being a virtual commencement speaker in 2021 is kind of hard, because the usual task of a commencement speaker is to give you some wise and very sure of itself advice, something that you can use for the future. But right now, we're celebrating all of your achievements at a time when the future seems more uncertain than ever. I mean, I am a scientist and a happiness expert, but this is still my first global pandemic. I'm not sure what the next few months or even the next few years hold. And so when I thought what I could tell you during this kind of challenging, strange, uncertain time, I wanted to go back to something that I know will work, something that science tells me is advice that I can be sure of. And so I want to give you a strategy that is known by science to improve not just your physical health, but also your happiness. And that strategy is that I want you to take some time to experience gratitude, the simple act of counting your blessings. Now, feeling grateful right now in such a challenging time can be difficult. It's also a little countercultural. These days, we're more likely to count our hassles than our blessings. But research shows that gratitude can help, especially during difficult times. Grateful people are not only happier, but healthier. They sleep better, and they have stronger immune function. Gratitude can reduce depression and anxiety, and it also can make you more productive. No matter what job you are off to right now, gratitude can make you perform a little bit better. It can also help you with the big things in life, like saving for retirement and eating more healthily. You're less likely to procrastinate if you're feeling grateful, and it's a kind of strategy that can benefit you a lot in the future. And so, in the few minutes I have with you, I wanted to try it. I want you to experience some gratitude. So, bear with me wherever you are. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a minute to just recognize how lucky you are. How lucky you are to come to a place like Southern New Hampshire University. Think about how lucky you feel and how grateful you are. But even more than that, I want you to take a moment to experience gratitude for all the people who've helped you along the way. Because the fact is, none of you've made this journey on your own. This big accomplishment that you're all experiencing right now, it is something that you share with a huge village. Now, I think soon all of you are going to get your diplomas, and when it arrives, you're going to open it up and look at your name there, in big bold letters. But I want you to remember all the names that are also there in invisible ink, the many, many, many other names that have helped you with this accomplishment. And I want you to remember that they're not written on there in an obvious way, but they are there in invisible ink. On your diploma in invisible ink is going to be the name of your mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, aunties and uncles, cousins, family, friends, grandparents, step-parents, everyone who's been there for you. On that name in invisible ink is going to be countless numbers of friends who've been there for you when you needed them, who've given you advice, who've talked you through the tough times. On there in invisible ink are probably your high school teachers, mentors, coaches, everyone who's been by your side through the long history of learning that you've had. And on that diploma in invisible ink are also going to be generations of people before you who've worked incredibly hard so that one day you could call yourself a college graduate. Now I want you to take a moment to notice how you feel, thinking about how lucky you are, all those names of people who've helped you along the way. That warmth in your chest, maybe some of those almost happy tears you might be shedding right now, that is a genuine feeling of gratitude and connection. It's a feeling that this world has your back. And that's what gratitude can do. It's a performance-enhancing drug, and one that's likely to give you lots more happy feelings in the time to come. Class of 2021, I hope you will take this scientific tip to heart. I speak for everyone else who's watching this when I say that so many of your teachers and family members and friends are incredibly proud of you and incredibly grateful that you've now graduated. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. And here's to deeply and intentionally appreciating all that life brings you from here all out. Congratulations, and thank you for having me as your virtual commencement speaker.
President LeBlanc, I am pleased to introduce the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University's Social Sciences programs. The mission of SNHU's Social Sciences Department is to enhance learners' academic experiences within an asynchronous environment and apply evidence and competency-driven knowledge towards self, cultural, and societal improvement. We pride ourselves on providing our learners with a transformative educational experience, never giving up on those who are putting forth the effort to achieve their academic goals. The social sciences are more important than ever during these challenging and uncertain times. Knowledge of human behavior and practical skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, emotional intelligence, research, communication, and ethical reasoning will help you, our graduates, to be change agents in your communities. The human experience is something that unites all of us. In pursuing a social sciences degree, you have followed your aspirations to serve others. You will enter various industries prepared with academic degrees, expertise, and experience in an impressive array of disciplines and specializations, including anthropology, criminal justice, human services, political science, psychology, and sociology, just to name a few. Each of these disciplines provides a unique perspective in understanding ourselves and others. Our lives have been upended over the past year in ways that we could not have imagined. Despite all of the obstacles you may have faced during your academic career, you had the motivation, commitment, and most of all, the perseverance to achieve this incredible milestone of completing your degree. This is an outstanding accomplishment that you should be truly proud of. You know that the key to changing your lives and the lives of your families is education. You have made many sacrifices to get here. You've studied on nights and weekends while juggling many responsibilities in order to obtain your degree. You've been supported by families, friends, and colleagues in your journeys to completing your degree. As you move forward post-graduation, you may now be fulfilling your dreams to enter a social sciences field or reaching new heights in your career. You came to SNHU to challenge yourself to create a different, better future, and you succeeded. Your success solidifies our mission and purpose. You will enter a more complex, dynamic, interconnected, and demanding world than the graduates before you. Through your studies at SNHU and your real-world experiences, you are prepared to succeed in the highly challenging environments that await you in the social sciences fields and positively impact the human experience. To our many faculty, associate deans, advisors, and staff, thank you for all that you have done to contribute to our social sciences graduate success. Your work will have lifelong positive impact on the lives of these graduates. Congratulations to you all, the newest graduates of SNHU's social sciences programs.
At every graduation ceremony, there's one last piece that makes it official. And it's a bit of legal language that I'm required to read. I didn't read it one year when I started at SNHU, so there may be a whole class of people who think they graduated, and they may not have, but don't tell them. But you will be taken care of, so here we go. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Southern New Hampshire University and by the General Court of the State of New Hampshire, I hereby confer the degrees of Doctor of Education, Doctor of Philosophy, International Master of Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, and Master of Science. The Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Applied Science, and Bachelor of Science. Associate in Arts and Associate in Science, with all rights, honors, privileges thereto. Congratulations.
Nadia Abu Bakr, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brianne A. Shin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lynette Adams, Bachelor of Arts. Rifikat Adeyemi, Bachelor of Arts. Colette Adolph, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Letitia Aguilar, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Amber Ackerman, Bachelor of Arts. Christian Akers, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Alanis, Bachelor of Arts. Gracie Alderete Fisher, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Genesis Alejandro, Bachelor of Arts. Adrian Alexander, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Alexander, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Mary Alfano, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sonia Ali, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Alkafi, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lori Allen, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Shane Aline Husbands, Bachelor of Arts. Lizalie Alonzo, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Teresa Emerson, Bachelor of Arts. Celestial Amos, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Carrie Andy Lee, Bachelor of Arts. Diane Apostoloff, Bachelor of Arts. Shaylee Aragon, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Michael Argueta, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Arsenault, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Siena Artiega, Bachelor of Arts. Amadeo Astillero, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Elysia Austil, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alyssa Aylesworth, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nikki Bacchus, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tanya Bacchus, Bachelor of Arts. Nalili Bahoman Garcia, Bachelor of Arts. Kyle Bailey, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Bakanowski, Bachelor of Arts. Stephen Balch, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Desiree Baldwin, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Dawn Balcom, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Nicole Ballinger, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Christine Bannister, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alexis Banks, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Linda Banks, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Andrea Barlow, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Madeline Barr, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kelly Barika Fish, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Pauline Barrera, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amanda Barreto, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Barrett, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Mary Elizabeth Barrett, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Stephanie Berry, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Dominica Bartlett, Bachelor of Arts. Jay Bartlett, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Charles Bartley, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Bass, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Shelby Baston, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Morgan Bates, Bachelor of Arts. Kenneth Battle II, Bachelor of Arts. Chantel Lynn McNerney, Bachelor of Arts. Courtney Bauman, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Bechtel, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jennifer Beebe, Bachelor of Arts, Robin Beeman, Bachelor of Arts. Tiffany Beggs, Bachelor of Arts. Kristen Benny, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Ryan Bell, Bachelor of Arts. Danielle Bell, Bachelor of Arts. Kay Rubel, Bachelor of Arts. Michelle Bender, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Migdalia Beneath, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Stephanie Jean Benner, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. April Benson, Bachelor of Arts. Rebecca Benson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Christopher Burgers, Bachelor of Arts. Brianna Berry, Bachelor of Arts. Lori Betts, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brittany Baesiali, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Angela Bicker, Bachelor of Arts. Annette Beigalbel, Bachelor of Arts. Lee and Billings, Bachelor of Arts. Hassan Bishel, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Elena Black, Bachelor of Arts. Aaron Lee Blackman, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jamie Blackwell, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brianna Blair, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Justina Bland, Bachelor of Arts. Amber Blevins, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alexandru Blykus, Bachelor of Arts. Lindsay Bliss, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Marcel Blood, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Antoinette Blue, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lisa Bogard, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Verena Booker, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alexia Booth, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amanda Borelli, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nydia Boswell, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cameron Boucher, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Courtney Boucher, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michaela Bounds, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cassandra Hitchcock, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Bovee, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Danielle Bowen, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jessica Bowen, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Michelle Bowman, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Matthew Boyer, Bachelor of Arts. Heather Bradley, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Selena Bradshaw, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Victoria Braun, Bachelor of Arts. Janelle Brennan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jordan Brennick, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Rhonda Brewster, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Ottala Bright, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Linda Brill, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alicia Briones, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jasmine Brissett, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Normand Brissett, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Destiny Brito, Bachelor of Arts. Haley Broman, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kimberly Broughton, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Shannon Broussard, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Elizabeth Brown, Bachelor of Arts. Rebecca Brown, Bachelor of Arts. Susan Brown, Bachelor of Arts. Kiana Brown McFarlane, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Joanne Bruce, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Bruton, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Emily Bryant, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Siobhan Bryant, Bachelor of Arts. Alyssa Buckley, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ashley Michelle Bufford, Bachelor of Arts. Christy Bowman, Bachelor of Arts. Teresa Berger, Bachelor of Arts. Natasha Bergen, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Burke, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Mackenzie Burke, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Beulah Butler, Bachelor of Arts. Danielle Byerly, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Joshua Beitendorf, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ruben Caban, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brandon Cabral, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Luisa Cadena, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Christy Cahill, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jasmine Calderon, Bachelor of Arts. Karen Calderon, Bachelor of Arts. Sheanna Calist, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Bethany J. Calvo-Boides, Bachelor of Arts. Emma Cameron, Bachelor of Arts. Raymond Cameron, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Allura Campbell, Bachelor of Arts. Brittany Canavan, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Luigi Canessa, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Glinda Cannon, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jeremy Cannon, Bachelor of Arts. Michael Cano, Bachelor of Arts. Jacqueline Cantu, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Andrea Capicilli, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ashley Card, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Barbara Jean Carden, Bachelor of Arts. Mark Cardenty, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Dylan Carpenter, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Tiffany Carriere, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Marlene Carroll, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Carey, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Anita Casados, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ashley Kaysen, Bachelor of Arts. Carol Castillo, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alyssa Castro, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alexandra Semp, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jeffrey Centracchio, Bachelor of Arts. Dawn Saraciello, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sarah Sorella, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amy Champion, Bachelor of Arts. Avril Cheney, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Chelsea Chapman, Bachelor of Arts. Adam Charlotte, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Amy Church, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kristen Sikak, Bachelor of Arts. Autumn Clark, Bachelor of Arts. Rebecca Clark, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Clary, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brittany Clemens, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Anissa Cleveland, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Gabrielle Clifton, Bachelor of Arts. Tiffany Klink, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Cohen, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kristen Cole, Bachelor of Arts, Summa cum laude. Adriana Coleman, Bachelor of Arts. Olivia Coleman, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. April Collins, Bachelor of Arts. Bailey Collins, Bachelor of Arts. Tammy Collins, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Morgan Collis, Bachelor of Arts. Kathleen Columbaro, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brianna Comayagua, Bachelor of Arts. Chelsea Combs, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Abby Condon, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Eugenia Conrad, Bachelor of Arts. Meredith Conti, Bachelor of Arts. Catlin Cooper, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sebethany Corley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tisa Cormier, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Stephanie Correa Valenzuela, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Michelle Corsi, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Damaris Cortez, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Costa, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rachel Coate, Bachelor of Arts. Miranda Cottrone, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Natasha Cottamond, Bachelor of Arts. Shannon Courtright, Bachelor of Arts. Jared Cowens, Bachelor of Arts. Rebecca Cox, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brianna Crabtree, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jessica Crosby, Bachelor of Arts. Cindy Crozier, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Brittany Croston, Bachelor of Arts. Tori Crowder, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Hunter Crow, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Cubbage, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sarah Cudlip, Bachelor of Arts. Ebony Cummings, Bachelor of Arts. Melissa Cundiff, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ariana Curley, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Alyssa Curran, Bachelor of Arts. Kayla Kurt, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michael Chaska, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lacey D'Alessio, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah D'Amico, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Dale, Bachelor Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Danielle Darrigan, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Crystal Davenport, Bachelor of Arts. Elliot Davidson, Bachelor of Arts. Amy Davis, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Lavonda Davis, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Trisha Dawes, Bachelor of Arts. Keisha Rosette Dawson, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Day, Bachelor of Arts. Kiara Deere, Bachelor of Arts. Kendra Decatur, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Angela DeSillis, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Dellendorf, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tori Dellis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Erica Del Toro, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Larissa DeMarco, Bachelor of Arts. Kristen Demarest, Bachelor of Arts. Jade D. Martelaire, Bachelor of Arts. Texana Denny, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Victoria Dennis, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Otha Denson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Dan Darima, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Candace D. Yock, Bachelor of Arts. Stacy Diaz, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kayla DeBlasi, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brittany DiDonato, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Donovan Dilling, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Emily Damari, Bachelor of Arts. Krista Dixon, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Christina Jurek, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Anna Delata, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Rebecca Dahl, Bachelor of Arts. Jason Michael Donahue, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Megan K. Donnelly, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Samantha Dooley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Doremus, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brandon Dorsey, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Brandon Doty, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ashley Doherty, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Samantha Dragon, Bachelor of Arts. Christina Dubois, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Julie Dubas, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Edward Dugas, Bachelor of Arts. Trisha Duhamel, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Dukes, Bachelor of Arts. Kayla Dunlap, Bachelor of Arts. Marissa Dunn, Bachelor of Arts. Debbie Duran, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Samantha Durrell, Bachelor of Arts. Lisa Dwyer, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Samuel Eads, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Tyrena Earl, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Eaton, Bachelor of Arts. Jenny Ebisono, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Danielle Ekman, Bachelor of Arts. Keishla Edison, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Chad Edwards, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jessica Edwards, Bachelor of Arts. Trisha Edwards, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michaela Egbert, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Jean Egermont, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brandy Eldridge, Bachelor of Arts. Kara Eldridge, Bachelor of Arts. Lauren Elligood, Bachelor of Arts. Alex Elliott, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michael Elliott, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Ileana England, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Epperson, Bachelor of Arts. Brianna Epps, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Tatiana Escalera, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Stephen Espinosa, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Rebecca Estrada Huerta, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Taylor Evans, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Evola, Bachelor of Arts. Joella Fadness, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Deborah Farrand, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kelsey Farrell, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Liza Farrington, Bachelor of Arts. Noah Ferris, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Stephanie Felipe, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Naisa Fernandez, Bachelor of Arts. Stephanie Ferreira, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Bianca Fields, Bachelor of Arts. Tara Filzane, Bachelor of Arts. Jonathan Finley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kayla Finnerty, Bachelor of Arts. Carmela Finneys, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Mara Firestone, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Joseph Fisher, Bachelor of Arts. Mary Fitzgerald, Bachelor of Arts. Keisha Fitzpatrick, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Courtney Flaherty, Bachelor of Arts. Jordan Fleming, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Fletcher, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Flick, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Julia Florio, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amanda Flowers, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sarah Flynn, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kelsey Foley, Bachelor of Arts. Heather Foraker, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Lauren Cassidy Forbes, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Nia Ford, Bachelor of Arts. Claudia Ferdin, Bachelor of Arts. Kathleen Francis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jennifer A. Francis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Milda Francois, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Michelle Frank, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Hayden Franklin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Charla Franklin, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sharon Fraser, Bachelor of Arts. Melanie Fredette, Bachelor of Arts. Krista Fremantle, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Genesis Frias, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Paula Friedel, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kristen Frisbee, Bachelor of Arts. Chloe Fry, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Teresa Fuller, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Deborah Fulte-Leclerc, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Shannon Fulton, Bachelor of Arts. Marcy Fusco, Bachelor of Arts. David Gagnon, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Michaela Gagnon, Bachelor of Arts. Tracy Gallard, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ashley Galati, Bachelor of Arts. Natalie Galindo, Bachelor of Arts. John Gallagher, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michael Gallagher, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Taishia Gant, Bachelor of Arts. Brianna Ray Garcia, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cindy Garcia, Bachelor of Arts. Eileen Garcia, Bachelor of Arts. Idlize Garcia, Bachelor of Arts. Juan Garcia, Bachelor of Arts. Mia Garcia, Bachelor of Arts. Megan Garlicki, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Garner, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Monique Garner, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Garza, Bachelor of Arts. Selena Garza, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kendra Gates, Bachelor of Arts. Laura Gahn, Bachelor of Arts. Kelly Gata, Bachelor of Arts. Lynn Jelsey, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth George, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Christy George, Bachelor of Arts. Shauna Jevard, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Aaron Jason, Bachelor of Arts. Kimberly Gibson, Bachelor of Arts. Lisa Marie Gibson, Bachelor of Arts. Cynthia Gill, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Aaron Gilberto, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Westfall, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jerusha Gillespie, Bachelor of Arts. Nikisha Gilliam, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jordan Gerard, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Brittany Glenn, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Teresa Gliasco, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jamie Goglia, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Crystal Goldade, Bachelor of Arts. Clinton Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts. Yalitza Gonzalez, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Irika Goodrich, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kyla Goodwin, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Ashley Gorman, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kenya Gould, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Zandra Gould, Bachelor of Arts. Renato Gouldlock Jr., Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Michelle West Graham, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Graham, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Tanya Granger, Bachelor of Arts. Ashley Granland, Bachelor of Arts. Christopher Gray, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kihana Grayer, Bachelor of Arts. Dawn Graziano, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Samantha Gregg, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Charmaine Gregory, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Grello, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Armacia Griffin, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Caitlin Griffin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Tiffin Griffin, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Griffith, Bachelor of Arts. Garrett Griffith, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Justin Grimes, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Samantha Grimsley, Bachelor of Arts. Kelsey Groverdale, Bachelor of Arts. Savannah Gercio, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Krista Goldseth, Bachelor of Arts. Jasmine Gullickson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kylie Guthrie, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Trista Hadrick, Bachelor of Arts. Diana Halford, Bachelor of Arts. Brittany Hamblin, Bachelor of Arts. Khadija Hamdi, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Tisha Hamilton, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Hammer, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alicia Haney, Bachelor of Arts. Marit Hanna, Bachelor of Arts. Erin Hannigan, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Amanda Hansen, Bachelor of Arts. Angela Hapgood, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jennifer Hardy, Bachelor of Arts. Kimberly Harp, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Samantha Harper, Bachelor of Arts. Ladiera Harris, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Shannon Harris, Bachelor of Arts. Kiana Harrison, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Monet Harrison, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Riley Hartman, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Daniel Hartwell, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Amanda Harvey, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Bethany Keene Haskins, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Haley Hawes, Bachelor of Arts. Mary C. Hayes, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Tiffany Hayes, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Visuel Hayes, Bachelor of Arts. Candace Haynes, Bachelor of Arts. Elizabeth Haynes, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Emily Hazelbush, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Samantha Hazelwood, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Robert Hazelwood, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Rosanna Hebert, Bachelor of Arts. Jennifer Hedrick, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sarah Heiberger, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Colleen Heinley, Bachelor of Arts. Danielle Helton, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kayla Hennessy, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Henderson, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Henderson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Audrey Henney, Bachelor of Arts. Krishana Henry, Bachelor of Arts. Virginia Hensley, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Takeda Henson, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Hernandez, Bachelor of Arts. Juanita Hernandez, Bachelor of Arts. Maria Hernandez, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Myra Hernandez Lopez, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sarah Herrera, Bachelor of Arts. Nicole Hersey, Bachelor of Arts. Jacqueline Hewitt, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Melissa Hickox Church, Bachelor of Arts. Hannah Hicks, Bachelor of Arts. Alexandria Hill, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis Hill, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kaitlyn Hill, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Yvonne Hill, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Megan Hills, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kelsey Hills, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Aisha Hines, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Whitney Hoare, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Joshua Hodges, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Robin Hodges, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Melanie Hoffman, Bachelor of Arts. Haley Hollenbach, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Erica Hollis, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jessica Holloway, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sadira Holloway, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Savannah Holmes Corcoran, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Holzendorf, Bachelor of Arts. Christiana Honecker, Bachelor of Arts. Megan Honeycomb McDonald, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Keisha Hobson, Bachelor of Arts. Karen Horton, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Stephanie Howd, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Tistria Hotling, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Jennifer Houtman, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kelly Howard, Bachelor of Arts. Robert Howard, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sharon Elaine Howard, Bachelor of Arts. Morgan Howell, Bachelor of Arts. Natalie Huaman, Bachelor of Arts. Kimberly Hubanks, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Kyla Hubbard, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sierra Huertas, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Sarah Hughes, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Shane Hughes, Bachelor of Arts. James Hune, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Nicole Hung, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Erin Renee Hunt, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cassandra Hurd-Lacoste, Bachelor of Arts. Deborah Huska, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Ashley Hutchinson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Olusegun Idowu, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Stacy Irvin, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Sean Irwin, Bachelor of Arts. Danelle Isaacson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Charity Jackson, Bachelor of Arts. Christian Jackson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Remian Jackson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Samuel Jackson, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Shadia Jacobs, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Chrysony Jacobson, Bachelor of Arts. Robin Jacobson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Cindy Jacoby, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Lynette Yeager, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brianna James, Bachelor of Arts. Lisa James, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sharmal James, Bachelor of Arts. Pamela Jean-Louis, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Candace Jebo, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Arlie Jenkins, Bachelor of Arts. Catherine Jenkins, Bachelor of Arts. Sharonda Jenkins, Bachelor of Arts. Alice Jimerson, Bachelor of Arts. Kyron John, Bachelor of Arts. Allie Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. Devin Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. Kalisa Dandridge, Bachelor of Arts. Cassidy Johnson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Kimberly Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. Lacey Johnson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Letitia Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. London Johnson, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Madeline Johnson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Mariah Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. Sarah Johnson, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Starless Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. Tara Marie Johnson, Bachelor of Arts. Brandy Jones, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Cassandra Jones, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Jason Jones, Bachelor of Arts. Katrina Jones, Bachelor of Arts. Palmer Jones, Bachelor of Arts. Rihanna Jones, Bachelor of Arts. Michelle Jost, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Sheridan Joyce, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Nicole Joins, Bachelor of Arts. Lindsay Julian, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Absam Cade, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Calm, Bachelor of Arts. Tessia and Casper and Bisp, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Vicky Kaufman, Bachelor of Arts. Patricia Rose Kearney, Bachelor of Arts. Jessica Kell, Bachelor of Arts. Jamie Kelly Snyder, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Courtney Kemp, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kelly Kemp, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Michaela Kemp, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Elena Kessel, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Kathleen Ketchum, Bachelor of Arts. Brandy Ketter, Bachelor of Arts. Samantha Keys, Bachelor of Arts. Alexandra Rose Kafori, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Izu Kibrabe, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Kidd, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Tiffany Killelman, Bachelor of Arts. Alexis King, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Cody King, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jeffrey King, Bachelor of Arts. Kathleen King, Bachelor of Arts. Amanda Kishel, Bachelor of Arts. Alyssa Kissinger, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Lacey Klein, Bachelor of Arts, magna cum laude. Jenna Klein, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Alessandra Nisley, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Courtney Knudsen, Bachelor of Arts, cum laude. Rianne Kopchuk, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Marissa Kreider, Bachelor of Arts. Edda Krinsky, Bachelor of Arts, summa cum laude. Brianna Kreis, Bachelor of Arts. Nicholas Kunis, Bachelor of Arts. Megan Kyle, Bachelor of Arts. Ryan Abshir, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Eduard Akana, Bachelor of Science. Linda Adams, Bachelor of Science. Lauren Aitken, Bachelor of Science. Angelo Alfaro, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Kayla Alford, Bachelor of Science. Katie Alvarez, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Brendan Amico, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Harold Anderson, Bachelor of Science. Mark Archambault, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Julie Ariano, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Benjamin Argasinga, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Ashley Arredondo, Bachelor of Science. Tracy Arsenault, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Christopher Austin, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Theo Avila, Bachelor of Science. Clifton Ayers, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Jason Ayers, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Bauer, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Luke Benados, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Angela Bersadahanis, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Brittany Burgee, Bachelor of Science. Stephanie Bishop, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Adam Bisonet, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Blair, Bachelor of Science. Lakinda Bly, Bachelor of Science. Erica Bohusky, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Nicole Boldraghini, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Lauren Bolduc, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Sharon Bolin, Bachelor of Science. Kiana Bossman, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Sheila Brace, Bachelor of Science. Chelsea Bressler Beasley, Bachelor of Science. Catherine Bottomley, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Shannon Broyles, Bachelor of Science. Erica Bruner, Bachelor of Science. Derek Bruns, Bachelor of Science. Ashton Burleson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Johnny Bustos, Bachelor of Science. Mary Bussick, Bachelor of Science. Luigi Calabrese, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Isabel Camp, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Damar Campbell, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Heidi Canella, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Catherine Cardenas, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Laura Carlson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Christopher Carr, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jeremy Carter, Bachelor of Science. Charles Casey, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Kelly Cassidy, Bachelor of Science. Ronnie Caesar, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Natalie Clark, Bachelor of Science. David Coburn, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Brian Cody, Bachelor of Science. David Coleman, Bachelor of Science. Brendan Colson, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. John Cox, Bachelor of Science. Stephanie Cox, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Crumley, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Evelyn Cruz, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jonathan Cruz, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Cody Dabo, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Taylor Daniels, Bachelor of Science. Danielle Davis, Bachelor of Science. Margarita Davis, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Trenton Debo, Bachelor of Science. Mary DeGraw, Bachelor of Science. Deshabrina Howard, Bachelor of Science. Mark DeWolf, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Bubu Diallo, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Emily Dobler, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Sabrina Do Carmo, Bachelor of Science. Jessica Dooley, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Olivia Dowdy, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Jeremy Douglas, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Timothy Dow, Bachelor of Science. Christine Ducote, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Theo Eldridge, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Daniel Elias, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Valerie Elias, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Magdale Etienne, Bachelor of Science. Alyssa Everline, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Amanda Feltner, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Julia Fernandez, Bachelor of Science. Alia Fetter, Bachelor of Science. Nicholas Fisher, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Patrick Fitzgerald, Bachelor of Science. Brooke Flanagan, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Christopher Floyd Flippin, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Rosa Gabriela Flores, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Christina Faltz, Bachelor of Science. Maricela Fonseca, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Andrew Forbes, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Harold Foster, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Matthew Francis, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Max Frederick Jr., Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Matthew Gallagher, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Melissa Gondolfi, Bachelor of Science. Jacqueline Garside, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Cullen Gasser, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. James Gedant, Bachelor of Science. Michael Gifford, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Ryan Glasgow, Bachelor of Science. Ricardo Gomez, Bachelor of Science. Juan Jose Gomez Polanco, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Juan Gonzalez, Bachelor of Science. Shannon Goyer, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Devin Green, Bachelor of Science. Rhea Green, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Sylvan Green, Bachelor of Science. Yolanda Green, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Jared Griffin, Bachelor of Science. Leah Griffin, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Groves, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Samantha Grubb, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Brittany Hale, Bachelor of Science. Christina Hall, Bachelor of Science. Dennis Hand, Bachelor of Science. Allison Harkins, Bachelor of Science. Elizabeth Harrow, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Raymond Harper, Bachelor of Science. Shannon Harris, Bachelor of Science. Kelsey Helms, Bachelor of Science. Emily Henderson, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Peyton Hankey, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Jalen Enriquez, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Higgins, Bachelor of Science. Dylan Hines, Bachelor of Science. Zunner Inohosa, Bachelor of Science. A Hughes, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Elita Quintero Hurt, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Sasha Ivanstenko, Bachelor of Science. Evan Jackson, Bachelor of Science. Harvey Jackson, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Mark Jandrew, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Colleen Jarish, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Stacy Jenkins, Bachelor of Science. Ashley Gilcott, Bachelor of Science. Carolyn Johnson, Bachelor of Science. Joshana Johnson, Bachelor of Science. Rochelle Johnson, Bachelor of Science. Cameron Jones, Bachelor of Science. Kiana Aaliyah Jones, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Rodney Jones, Bachelor of Science. Jennifer Jordan, Bachelor of Science. Aaron Jumalon, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. David Jusino, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Eric Kaskovich, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Kurt Kaufman, Bachelor of Science. Sarah Kellogg, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Hannah Kelly, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Justin Kenny, Bachelor of Science, magna cum laude. Amir Kenyatta, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Abhilasha Kanal, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Patton Kinzel, Bachelor of Science. Tanya Kirkpatrick, Bachelor of Science, summa cum laude. Amanda Kling, Bachelor of Science, cum laude. Alicia Kottner, Bachelor of Science. Nathan Kreis, Bachelor of Science.
Congratulations to the newest graduates of Southern New Hampshire University. On behalf of the Alumni Board of Directors, I am honored to officially welcome you into the SNHU Alumni Association. Today, more than 156,000 SNHU alumni around the world congratulate you on your success and hope you will be an active part of our global SNHU community. At this time, if you are one of our learners who has earned an associate's or bachelor's degree, I invite you to participate in the ceremonial tradition of moving your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left. As you go forth today, always remember the university's motto, Summa Optimaque, in English, the greatest and the best. And indeed, you are. Congratulations again.